hit my mark somehow. That looked awesome.
Welcome back to JR Pro Shop Vids. Today we have Jungo throwing even more 900 global balls. We have the Aspect and the Ordnance C4. So since we had to wait till January 1st for Jung to be able to throw 900 global, he's really excited to experiment with the new line. So looking at the core numbers for 16 pounds, the Aspect and the Idol are exactly the same. So Jung wants to compare these two. In my opinion, I think Jung just wants to throw the Idol again. But also in 15 pounds, the numbers are super similar, so you'll see a really good comparison here. In terms of the Ordnance C4 here, Jung thought about throwing it against the IQ Tour. They should be pretty similar, but the Ordnance C4 should hook just a little bit more. Another fun thing to throw out there, he has these two drilled pin down and these two drilled pin up. And we'll have the layouts up here. So today, Jungo's gonna be bowling on 40-foot Mercury, about a 5-to-1 ratio, so a little bit tougher than your typical house shot. Personally, I really love the IQ Tour, I really love the Idol, so I'm really excited to see how these balls match up. So we invite you to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you're new, and we're super pumped to announce our brand new shop, shop.jrproshop.com. So we're gonna have a number of different bowling balls on that shop. Some of them are gems that you're really gonna love, and also very, very soon, we're gonna have our own JR Pro Shop apparel. Don't get spooked by the prices. Remember, they're in Canadian dollars, so all you Americans are getting one heck of a deal. Let's send it to Jung, and let's see how these balls roll.
Jungo's back. Little 900 global action here, the Aspect. Jungo here throws 16, so the Aspect, exact same core numbers as the Idol. So we're gonna see if they're comparable. Hopefully find a little replacement for the Idol here once I run out of my stash. A little different layout, pin down here. I usually throw pin up in the videos, so let's see how it looks. 40-foot Mercury, break point around 9-ish, 9-10. Pretty good shot, hit my mark. It's for the pin downs, you know, a little bit longer, a little bit smoother than a pin up. A little bit less hook overall as well. Let's throw the Idol on that same line. Let's see if we can get the same reaction. That was pretty darn close to the same. The Aspect might be a touch longer and a touch sharper. So same exact core numbers in the 16s. 15s are a little bit different. They move just a hair, but still really, really close. That Aspect really started to labor as soon as I moved left there a little bit. And that's to be expected with the pin downs, right? They're just not gonna turn the corner and have that sharp break like a pin up. All right, let's throw the Idol, same line. I missed a little bit right there. The Idol came back, hit the pocket, left the 10 pin. I'm thinking the Idol's a hair stronger. Let's make a good shot here. Yeah, same thing, labor down lane. Just pin down stuff just doesn't really want you to get left. All right, Jungo's question for the day. If you really like a bowling ball, are you gonna get another one exactly the same and keep it for later? Or drill it a bit differently? Or are you just gonna wait till it dies, get something that's new? Let me know down in the comments. Let's move a few boards right. terrible there, but hit my mark somehow. That looked pretty good. All right, let's throw the IQ Tour. Just brought it back to box. Same line. I think this is gonna hook a little bit less just because of the lower diff. Missed a tiny bit left there with the IQ Tour. Went dead flush, just like the Ordnance, so I think it does hook a tiny bit less, maybe a little bit sharper down lane as well. I'd see sharper with the IQ Tour. Similar amount of hook though, really similar. Let's move 4 left, slow it down a hair. That was sweet. Missed a little bit right there though, but came back, surprisingly. Thought I was gonna get like 6. Just a little flat off the spot as you move left. Just not gonna give you that hard kick left in the back end. IQ Tour, same line. I think this will be a little bit sharper in the back end and go through the pins a little bit better. Much sharper when you slow it down. Really see the difference. So Ordnance, a little bit earlier rolling, a little bit smoother through the pin deck, where the IQ Tour just a little bit sharper. Went through the pins much better as you got left. 5 right, the original line. Okay, that was perfect. A little bit further right because of a little earlier rolling. A little bit smooth through the pin deck. Got to play a little bit straighter angle through the front. Hit the break point. That looked awesome. All right, moving right with the IQ. Almost a 9 pin. Yeah, definitely sharper. And if you like the IQ, you're gonna like this Ordnance. It's a little bit earlier, a little bit flatter. Same layout. All right, let's go back to the shop.
Jungo's back in the shop. Tried to find my new idol. Not quite, very, very close though. 16 pounds, very similar core numbers. Went out there, threw the ball down the lane a few times. Idle, just a little bit earlier, a little bit smoother, and hooked a little bit more, I think. But very, very close to the aspect here. So if you had an idle, you're missing it, consider an aspect. Next, we move on to the Ordnance C4. Very recent release by 900 Global. It's gonna be down like similar to the IQ level from Storm, so I thought why not throw it against it. Old Faithful here, IQ Tour. Very, very similar, boards hooked, right? Where I thought the Ordnance would out-hook it by a few. But the IQ Tour is much, much sharper down lane. As you can see, playing those inside lines, the IQ Tour really round the corner. Kicked out the 10 pin really easy, went through the pins really well from way inside there, where the Ordnance had a little bit trouble turning the corner down lane. But once I got my feet a little bit further right, a little bit straighter to the break point, Ordnance looked really, really good. So very, very similar, but very slight differences as well. So if you have an old IQ Tour, a little bit sharp for you, maybe consider an Ordnance as well. With all that being said, the aspect is going to be a pretty good benchmark ball. It's going to fit right in the middle of the bag, very close to the idle here. Even though these are pinned down, right, they're going to hook a little bit less, be a little bit smoother off the spot because they're pinned down. It's still going to be a great benchmark. A little bit, if I go pin up on this, it's going to be a little bit sharper, hook a few more boards, stand up a little bit more. I think this ball is going to be a really good benchmark for right in the middle of the bag. As for the Ordnance, this is probably one step down from the mid-range stuff for me. It's going to be for drier lanes, a little bit more high friction surfaces. Tournaments are a ton of games. You know, this is going to be for later in the block. I might take the surface off a little bit. I think these Global 900 balls, very, very good. They got a nice lineup going right here with the Reality and the Zen. We're going to try and get one of those here in a couple weeks. Stay tuned, guys. We got the High Road Max, brand new ball from Storm. Classic High Road core, new technology cover stock, bright green. Smells like apples. It's gonna be good. Stay tuned for that next week.